Hi. Just a second. I took a pole dancing class recently. I don't want to be a stripper. I just want to be prepared if there's ever an emergency on the second floor of a fire station. I found love this year. It was between two other people. They looked like they were having a great time. I got a fake ID back in high school because all of my friends were doing it, but I didn't realize it was supposed to say I was 18 years old. I actually got one that said I was 4 years old because I just wanted to get into museums for free. I was feeling sick, so I went to the doctor and I got some blood tests taken. And I said, "Do you know what's wrong with me?" And the doctor said, "Well, you're missing a lot of blood." I heard that the pen was mightier than the sword, so I took a ballpoint to this sword fight I was having. But I think the other guy must have heard the same thing because he also brought a pen, so we just kind of looked at each other for a while. But fortunately, we had both brought our yearbooks, so it worked out fine. This is my impression of if Bono from U2 was an old Jewish man. All right, it's all right. She moves in mysterious ways. This is my impression of Jesus. Hi, I'm Jesus. You might remember me from Finding Jesus on CNN. Yawning is a lot of fun. I think it's a very satisfying activity. I get a lot out of it. Doctors don't know why yawning is contagious. I say it's because you see somebody yawning and you say, "Man, that looks like a lot of fun." The problem is it's one of my favorite things to do, but I don't get to do it very frequently because I will get bored and I will start yawning, but then I will get excited that I'm yawning and then I'm not bored anymore. It's like this. Yes! Damn it. There's a lot of pretty militant atheists out there. I have a friend who's an atheist. She told me it's ridiculous that I believe in God because God's imaginary. I said, "So what? So are you. I made you up for this joke." They're making a new Jumanji movie starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Please, if I wanted to see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson run around in a jungle for 2 hours, man, I'd kidnap Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and make him run around in a jungle for 2 hours. Are there any men here tonight? Yeah, so I'm a man. And as a man, I experience and partake in what is known as toxic masculinity. So I'm going to explain to you what that's like tonight. What it's like is having a middle school bully on your shoulder all the time. You know, the kind who's always daring you to put a thumbtack on the teacher's chair, or drink out of that weird bottle you found, or go plate for plate with him at the all-you-can-eat buffet. So for example, I'll be going home late at night, and he'll appear on my shoulder and he'll say, "Hey Jonah, you're going to bed pretty early." And I'll say, "Well, I'm pretty tired and it's not that early." And he'll say, "Earlier than your roommate." And I'll say, I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm tired." And he'll say, "I bet your roommate thinks you're weak." And then I'll say, "Shoot, I can't have my roommate thinking I'm weak, so I'll stay up till 5 a.m. doing nothing just to show nobody how tough I am." Or I'll be listening intently to a woman talk about something interesting, and he'll say, "Hey, bet she doesn't know how much you know about Charlemagne." And I'll say, "She just told me more about Charlemagne than I've ever known." And he'll say, "But she thinks she's smarter than you." And I'll say, "I think that too." And he'll say, "If she thinks you're smart, she'll probably kiss you." And I'll blurt out, "Did you know that this one time Charlemagne was so frustrated that his execution was taking too long, so he grabbed the axe and beheaded like 30 guys in one day?" And she'll be like, "Yeah." Then that's kind of irrelevant. Or for example, I'll be writing a comedy set, and he'll say, "Hey," if you blame all of your microaggressions on a fictional homunculus, you won't have to own up to being kind of a jerk sometimes." Almost out of time, so I'm going to tell this last story kind of fast. So when I was a young child, I walked into the bathroom at synagogue only to walk in on an old man on the toilet, and it occurred to me recently that him having been so old at the time and me being so young, he's probably dead. And all I'll ever know of this guy, his whole existence, this human with thoughts and dreams and hopes and prayers, it's all been reduced in my head to nothing more than this embarrassing moment. But then it also occurred to me that if I hadn't walked in on him that day, he would have faded into obscurity along with every other old man in synagogue that day. And I never would have remembered him. And because we shared that moment together, he will live on as long as I do as surprise pooping man on the toilet. By becoming surprise pooping man on the toilet, this man has achieved immortality. So I've started leaving bathroom doors unlocked.